I'm Superman, I'm faster than a bullet, I'm Superman. I can leap tall buildings with no... Man who had an aching in his heart. He had this aching, this longing that longed to be filled with wonder. And it was that kind of sunset. He was looking out at the sun behind the trees, and the trees looked like they were on fire, and he found that this empty place in his heart was satisfied, briefly. And he found that it was resonating, buzzing, so he found himself running towards the sun because he knew if he could follow the sun to the end of the earth, his heart would be filled and it would be empty no more. Well, of course, he ran down the hill and up to the top of the next hill, and the sun had moved to the top of the next hill. And he ran down and up, and of course the sun moved, and as far as he went, the sun kept moving. But he said it in his heart. He was going to follow the sun to the end of the earth because he knew there was wonder there, and his heart would be empty no more. Well, he started telling people about what he was doing. Of course, they said, "You're a fool, you're an idiot. There's no end to the earth. The earth goes on in every direction, and everyone knows that, you fool." You fool. But he'd said it in his heart, and he was going to go. Well, he'd heard that at the outskirts of the village, at the top of a very steep hill, there was an old wise man. And he thought, maybe I can ask this wise man if he'll help me, if he can tell me where the end of the earth is. So he follows this path, and he comes to this very steep hill, and he climbs up the top of the steep hill, and he's climbing, and there at the top of the steep hill is a wise man sitting in front of an old stone hut. And he has a sign in his arm, but the sign is turned backwards so that he can't see the words on it. And the young man says, "Who are you?" "Oh," he says, and he strokes his long beard. He says, "Oh, I am a wise man. I'm a seer. I've been expecting you." The young man says, "Oh, then maybe you can help me. Can you tell me where the end of the earth is?" And the wise man scratched his head, and he thought for a bit. No, it's not for me to tell you where the end of the earth is. Not now, but I can tell you this. And he turned his sign around, and in big letters it said, "Welcome to the beginning of the earth." And in little letters it said, "This way to the end of the earth," and there was an arrow pointing in the direction of the setting sun. And, the young man looked at this and he thought, this cannot possibly be the beginning of the earth because I can look around in every direction and I can see more earth. And the wise man said, "Well, it would appear that what you say is true." "Appear that what I say is true? Of course it's true," said the young man, and he stomped off in the direction of the setting sun. Well, his journey was going to be a long journey. And off he went and went. And along the way, he met interesting people. He saw interesting sights. He learned the trades of a baker, a tailor. He learned how to make musical instruments, how to sing, how to dance. And every now and then someone would ask him, what is it you want out of life?" "I am following the sun to the end of the earth because I know if I can follow the sun to the end of the earth, my heart will be empty. My heart will be filled to be empty no more." We got us a fool here. We got us a fool. He thinks there's an end. There's no end to the earth. The earth goes on forever and ever, and everyone knows that, you fool. Well, on he went. Now, an interesting thing was happening, though. He noticed that behind him there was a line of people following him. And he looked back, and as far as he could see over the horizon, there was a line of people. He didn't know how long it was. He just assumed it got longer and longer every day. Well, on he went. And he was going along, and after a while, he was beginning to think, maybe I am a fool. There's no end to the earth. I am just an idiot. What's wrong with me? And just about the time he's about to give up, he comes to the crest of the hill, and up ahead, he can see a line of people, and they're heading over the horizon. I wonder where they're going, he says. And he runs up to the last person in line and says, hey, where are you going? And it's a girl, and she turns back, she says, well, that's a good question. hey, where are we going anyway? And the person first says, I don't know. Hey, where are we going anyway? I don't know. Where are we going there? And one by one, they ask each other until finally somebody on the top of the horizon yells to somebody over the hill. He can hear a faint whisper, "Hey, where are we going anyway?" And then it gets really quiet for a really long time. Now, you can figure this out. They didn't know. And he's sitting there, and he says, well, I can wait this out. I've been waiting and doing this for a long time. So he waits, and he waits, and he waits. And then one day, he can hear in the line of people behind him a murmuring and a noise, and finally, where are we going? Where are we going? Until finally, the last person in line looks and says, hey, where are we going anyway? We're going to the end of the earth because there our hearts will be filled with wonder. Wow, that's cool, man. Hey, we're going to the end of the earth. Our hearts will be filled with wonder. We're going to the end of the earth. Our hearts will be filled with wonder. And over it goes until finally can't hear a thing. And it gets quiet again for a long time. And finally one day, in this line of people come here, you can hear a murmuring and noise. Finally he hears this, and the little girl says, man, you won't believe this. We're going to the end of the earth, because there our hearts will be filled with wonder and be empty no more. I have been searching for the end of the earth may I join you in your search for the end of the earth and go with you to the wonder that's there? Well, of course you can. Come on. So the man followed the people and got in line with the people who were going to the end of the earth, because he knew he would find wonder there and his heart would be empty no more. Now, lucky for us and lucky for this young man, as he came to the crest of the next hill, there was that old wise man sitting in front of his hut. Well, what is going on? He goes up there and says, I don't understand. I came to you years ago and I asked you to show me where the end of the earth is. And you sent me off in the direction of the setting sun. He said, there. And now here I am right back at the beginning of the earth. Oh, no. This isn't the beginning of the earth. No. And he turned his sign around. This time he said, welcome to the end of the earth. Well, this can't be the end of the earth. I can look around and see more earth in every direction. Besides, why did you send me around the long way? The old man just smiled. And he said, no, this can't be the end of the earth. He says, well, he says, it would appear that what you say is true, but what is it you want at the end of the earth? Well, and he tells him the whole story. He says, I know that there is wonder there. And the old man said, yes, there is wonder at the end of the earth. I knew it. I knew you knew what it was. Can you tell me where the end of the earth is? He says, you, come, sit with me here, and we will watch the sun as it sets. And then I will show you the end of the earth. The young man said, okay, and he sat down with the old man, and the sun began to set, and it was beautiful. He'd seen lots of sunsets, beautiful sunsets, but this was a magnificent sunset. And then it finally got to that time when the sun was gone and the sky turned into that sapphire blue. And then it was black. And he looked around, he saw the silhouette of a mountain here and a little bit of a lake there, and he goes, I don't understand it. I can still see more earth. I don't see the end of the earth. The old wise man said, I see your problem. You're looking in the wrong direction. Look up. And he looked up and he saw a star and the moon. And he saw a planet. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Yes, it is. Welcome to the ends of the earth. From here on out, it is nothing but stars and space and galaxy and wonder. You are looking at half the visible universe. And with that, the young man looked up into the heavens and he breathed in as deeply as he could. And when he did, his heart was filled with wonder. And that's the young man who found the end of the earth.